Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and you are welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. The parasha that we are going to discuss about this morning is called Parasha Re, with me to see. Parasha Re, see. So what is God telling us to see? Look what I'm teaching you. Look what I'm about to explain to you. Look the mitzvot that I'm commanding. Look into it deep. It's not just, I say blah, 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 blah. No, you have to look. You have to use your knowledge. You have to look deep. It's not the artificial face. It's not the surface. But you need to look deep inside it. For inside it is light. Inside it is life. Inside it is your understanding. And inside it, you will be what? You will be prosperous. If you look inside it. He said, to see. See. That's what God is telling us this morning, to see. But I give, I'm trying to give my subtitle. I will say, this morning is this. Shema versus Re. Shema is what is called listening, or to comprehend, understanding. To listen and to understand. When you listen, you understand. Right? And Re is what? To see. And when you see, you perceive. There is a saying that the eye is the what? Is the window to the mind. The eyes is the window to the mind. But so, what is hearing then? I'm saying that hearing is the door to the mind. It's not the window, the big door to the mind. Okay, so let's see what the Holy One, blessed be He, is trying to give us understanding this morning. See, remember, there is a word that is a abracadabra, right? That's a word like that. It's a Hebrew word, right? Which means the more you look, the less you see. Sometimes our eyes can deceive us. Lately, my son is watching a particular program. So I just want to understand what he's thinking about. So the program is about the trick of the mind, how to trick the mind. So I said, okay, I will sit down and just watch what is watching. And I was seeing what they were showing on that program. They call people, right, like 10 people, right? And I said, okay, watch. They make some scene, right? And they said, okay, can you stand a witness in the court that this is what you see? Yeah, I can witness. They said, all of them. So they brought them in the court. I said, okay, witness. All of them were standing there, 10 people, right? And they see the same thing. But their account was different. But it's the same thing that they saw at the same time. But this one was they're all giving different kind of account. Because your eyes can deceive your mind. And again, so when they begin to tell them that, oh, no, this is not what you see, they now begin to replay that what they showed them. They are now replaying it in a very slow motion. And the people say, I didn't see this. Oh, this is what sometimes what you see can deceive you. It's not everything. They say it's not everything that shines is gold. No. But one thing is this: your hearing is fact. It's what you hear. It's what I hear. Papa said, "Come, I come," because that is what I didn't hear. Go. Papa said, "Come." I'm hearing, come, and I come. But I can show you something now. I make giri. I said, "What is this?" Oh, he said, "This is green, but this is not green." I make it white again. Because your eyes can deceive. So that is very, very important for us to understand. Sometimes seeing is deceiving, right? But all the time, listening is very, very important. With a little help from the daily liturgy, the most popular imperative in the Torah is Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Right? That is the most imperative, the most important. Hear, O Israel. Why didn't Moshe say, see, O Israel? They can say, see, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one. Or you might see something else that is different. And we can see that fact also in the Torah. They say, make us a God that will lead us into the promised land, because this Moshe, we don't know what comes about him. Then Aaron, the Kohen Gadol, think, okay, you know what? I went with Moshe Rabbeinu to what? To the mount, and we sat down together with the God of Israel. We ate, we sacrificed ourselves, everything was there. Oh, this is what I see. Oh, they bring your gold. They bring all the gold, and the Talmud said, and they put everything in the fire. Voila! And the golden calf came up. That is what maybe to what? To Aaron the Kohen Gadol, maybe that is what he saw. Maybe that is not what he saw. Maybe his mind is playing him a trick. Right? Because I know one thing for sure. A man cannot design what he didn't see. That is the fact. Why didn't he just say, you know what? I saw a lion. He can build a lion too, no? But he didn't build a lion. He can say, oh, no, I saw a serpent. But he didn't build a serpent. No, it's not a serpent. I saw tiger. But he didn't build a tiger. He built a calf. Maybe that's what he saw. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Right? So this is what I'm trying to say. But Moshe didn't say, see, O Israel, because your eyes can deceive you. But he said, listen, O Israel, hear it. Understand. Because hearing is comprehension, is understanding. So, to listen, to comprehend. But our parasha begins with the imperative, read, to see, to perceive. The connection between perception and comprehension is worth exploring in a very deep understanding. That we have to explore it, we have to look at it very, very deep. In the learning process, which comes first? As the people of the world we say, which comes first? The chicken or the egg? Or the egg or the chicken? Which one is first? Which one comes first? The chicken or the egg? No. Or is it the egg or the chicken? Which one comes first? We are going to discuss that downstairs. So you are going to tell me, start thinking about it. You are going to tell me in our on next Shabbat, which one comes first? The chicken or the egg? Okay? So now we are saying, which one comes first? Is it perception that comes first? In the 5 book of Moshe, Re is used 15 times and Shema is used only 10 times in the entire book. The gap between them narrows in the book of Devarim, in the book of Deuteronomy, where Re, to see, was mentioned 7 times, and Shema was mentioned 6 times. This comes head to head in a dramatic tension. Which one do we follow? Do we follow our eyes, or do we follow our hearing? Which one do you do? Okay? So, in the book of Deuteronomy, the failure of the B'nei Yisrael to negotiate its new life on the frontier will result when Re, perception, deviate from Shema, comprehension intended by the Torah. What am I saying? In the book of Devarim, the failure of the children of Israel to do what? To negotiate, to expatiate on the understanding of the Torah in the new frontier. Remember that they are what? In the wilderness, right? And they are now going to cross over to the land, right? In the wilderness, what happened? They were an entity. They were close together. In the wilderness, they were families. In the wilderness, yes, we have each tribe, right? But they were one fused together. Because the place is small. We fuse them together. That is the word, one of the positive things in the what? In the wilderness. They together with the center of worship. The Mishkan that is in their midst. They are all fused together like one entity. One. They cannot be defeated because they were one entity. Right? But now they are going to face a new frontier. That is, the land is vast. They are going to go into the land and do what? And conquer the land. And now, this one will say, this is my tribe. This one will say, this is my tribe. The other one will say, this is my tribe. They begin, because it's too big, they do what? They scatter. And once you scatter, the enemy can come and conquer you one by one. But Moshe is trying to tell them the experience of the wilderness, the experience of the desert. You have to keep it because it's extremely important. You have to be one. You have to fuse yourself as one. Not because the land is big, then you know everybody scatter. No. We remember when the European came to North America, right? To come and they call them explorer, but I don't call them explorer. You know, that is my own understanding. You know. To me, it's not, and you are not exploring anything. To me, you came to do what? To kill, to conquer, and to take land that is not yours. That is my own personal understanding. People might not agree with me, but this is it. The fact is this. In Europe, the land is small, right? Very tiny land. Go to Europe, look at their houses. Here they can be like 10 bedroom here. So small. Go to England, old England, go to France. So tiny houses. But when they came to war to North America, oh my gosh, this is a big land. They begin to build what? Mansions, big houses. You as an American, you as a Canadian, if you go to Europe, you won't like it. So I can't live like this. This is so tiny. I'm like, you see, why can't you people live like this? Because here we are not used to such houses, right? We are used to big houses. But the land is big. There is a lot of people. A lot of land, so we can build whatever your mind imagines that what you can build. But in Europe, you can do that, but the land is small. There's no land, so everybody lives like a sardine. You know, a sardine. A sardine is that small fish. They pack all fish in one small tiny place. That's called a sardine. You know, they pack themselves in one place. But here we can't live like that because I'm from North America. You know, no. I need my space. You know, I need my own privacy. Right. So this is what Moshe is telling them. Do not destroy that principle, that oneness. Yes, you are very, like in the wilderness, cluster together, but there is an advantage. There is a great advantage in being together, in being one. But when you cross over into the land, don't scatter yourself. When you scatter yourself, there will be big trouble, big problem. Because divided, you fall. United, you stand. So, he continues. He said, that you not go skirting around after your heart, after your eyes, which you go worrying after, and take you care lest your heart be seduced, so that you turn aside and serve other gods and prostrate yourselves to them. The God that is not apportioned to you, the God that is not yours, the God that you do not know. For the God that you know is one that brought you out from the land of Egypt. These ones, you don't know them. This one, you have no understanding about them. This one are not your God. So you cannot worship the ones that is not apportioned to you. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Israel. To God you shall serve. Him alone you shall worship. Remember in the wilderness, when there is no food, no water, he guided you, he blessed you, he did everything unto you. He gave you everything free. Rabin said yesterday when we were having Shabbat, she was saying, she asked a question. He said, what is the time where when is the time, or where is it, or where is the place? No, how does he even give the question? He said something like, when is everything free, right?
Where is the place?
Okay, where is the place where everything is free for you? Where is the place that everything for you is free? Where? And me myself, I was scratching my head. I wanted to think, where is that place where everything, because in North America nothing is free, no? I was saying, where is everything free for you? Then she answered the question. I was scratching my head. But then she answered the question. She said, at your parents' house, which is true. At mama and papa's house, everything is free. No? Your papa give you half for free. They pay your bills. They give you food free of charge. They clothe you free of charge. Everything is free. So to you, you take for granted your papa, your mama. No? But when you grow up, and you start going outside on your own, say, oh my God, mama, papa, they are strong. Because at this time you have to wake up, and begin to do everything by yourself. So it is very strange, eh? Sometimes, so God is saying, now Israel, You have to grow up. In the wilderness, you're a baby. I give you everything. I feed you. Now it is time. Moshe is telling them. Now it is time. You have to be an adult. You are now 40 years old, right? You are an adult. You have to do everything by yourself. You go and conquer the land. I can conquer the land for you. I can go and say, boom, all the Canaanites will die. But that won't help you. No, you have to do it. You have to contribute. It's not everything is free. No, you have to do it by yourself. But I will be there to guide you. I'll be there to direct you. I'll be there to protect you. I'll be there to give you shalom. See, God is a great God. God is our Father. He loves us so much. And He's telling us we have to do what? Listen. We need to listen. It's not hard. The Torah, believe you me, the Torah is never hard. We human beings make it hard. If the Torah is hard, God won't give it to us in the first place. It's not hard. Just obedient, just to listen, to hear. Okay, so he continues here. He said, as a cultural survivor of Egypt, Moshe Rabbeinu is aware of the seductive pool of Canaan. This explains the mother load of protective mitzvot he dropped on the people in the book of Deuteronomy. We have 55 big mitzvot in Ray and 42 more in the next one that we're going to talk about in Shoftim, and in total we have 117 mitzvot by the end of Kittiseh. It's a lot of mitzvot. It's a lot of what a lot of what they call zayag, a lot of fences. Moshe, because Moshe is trying to do what? To protect these people. Remember, these are children that he raised up for 40 years. Remember, the old generation, they all died in the wilderness. These children, they were all young people at that time, baby. So he's trying to protect them by all means. He's trying to guide them by all means. He's trying to give them a kind of understanding. That because most of them, they were young, they didn't see most of those things that their father saw. Maybe they're just 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years old at that time. There's no understanding. Right? Now they've grown up. They're all now 40 years plus, 50, 60, 70. So he's trying to tell them, is to protect them, and that's why he put all those zayad, all those fences, all those mitzvot that you have to perform. You have to perform this, you have to perform that. You don't have to listen. When you listen and you perform this and this and this, everything will be fine with you. But if you disobey, you face the consequence. Like many people say, oh, it is a curse. It is that is not. Torah does not curse nobody. No, it's not a curse. It is the result or the consequence of your action. God said, don't sit here. He said, oh, shut up. You go and sit there and something negative happens to you. Is that the fault of God? No, you've been warned. Don't do this. Then you go and do it and you shout, hey, God, God, God. It's not God. You face the result of your consequence. I mean, the result of your action. That's the consequence of your action. It is not God. The God here, the Russian will say, Prishom is this. That means they are going to say, how are you saying inviting God here? That God has given you an instruction. Why are you not following the instruction that God has given you? Why are you not shouting, oh God, 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 God? It doesn't make sense. There is an instruction. Follow the instruction. It's not hard. Right? So, we can see why Moshe is giving all this mitzvot, because he wants them to understand. He wants them to see. He wants them to listen and comprehend. Because listening is comprehension. Moshe is gambling that unbridled ray, the experience will be tamed by refraction through the lens of the mitzvah, giving Shema comprehension a chance to be heard in the Torah stand. He's trying to tell them this. What is refraction? Refraction is a fact or a phenomenon of light or a wave. You see, the light. The light. The light is what? See. You can see the light, no? You don't hear the light. You see the light, right? It's the eye. Ray. Why? The wave is what? Hearing. The wave comes by hearing. Radio wave, you can hear. Okay? You need to understand this. That Moshe is giving them this, he's teaching them physics. Trying to understand the phenomenon of all these things. That we as a people, we as as a race, have to understand what the Torah is talking. That when you come to God, when you begin to live according to the rule of the Torah, your life will never be the same again. You will always find shalom. Always. There will always be peace in your family, in your home. Because you live according to the Torah. And other people will come and see, say, how come Elizabeth is like this? How come Allah is like this? How come Alba is like this? Oh, how come Margarita is like this? Oh, how come Anna is like this? Oh my God, are they like this? Because they follow the Torah. So you know what? Oh, Margarita, can I follow you to the synagogue? Can I follow you to your gods? To the God that you serve? Can I follow you down there? Why? Because they see something different in your life, which they don't have in their own life. They want to have it too. So this is what the Torah wants us to understand. Alas, B'nei Yisrael, with new driver's license in hand, will not be denied its own experience within the new expanding border. The concept of the expanding border, which is Givor is Gamel, Vav, and Lamed, is the root word. As it is developed in the Torah, shed important light on the never-ending struggle between individualistic, self-absorbed ray perception and Shema comprehension for the spiritual and communal good. Remember, ray is individualistic. To see, right, is individualistic. Ray is all about me. Ray is all about my ego. Ray is all about what I want. It's about me. That is Ray. But what is Shema? Shema is different. Shema is understanding, listening, the betterment of the community. The betterment of not only me, of the betterment about us. Because a man, say, you know what? Ray, okay, I see that. Look at that Lamborghini. I'm not saying Lamborghini is bad. God bless you with a lot of financial understanding. You can buy Lamborghini. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. You make your money in a legitimate way. You can buy whatever you want to buy for yourself, for your family. You can build any kind of house that you want to build as God has given you your blessing. And that I will rejoice, and that I'm very happy with, because I know that you will never forget your rabbi. Right? So I understand that. I rejoice in that. But when we want to get wealth only to consume for our own physical flesh, destroying the spiritual, that is not good. Shema is about spirituality. When you listen, it gives you the understanding on how to behave. When you listen, you can design what is right from what is wrong. But sin can deceive you. Oh! Yeah! That lady is good. The lady is beautiful. Oh! Can you see her lips is red? But the lips is telling you about danger, And it's danger. He said, if you come close, I burn you. That's what he's telling you. Oh! Look at the eyes. The eyes is a green eye. Look at the hair is blonde. Oh wow, she's beautiful. Do you search the heart? Maybe that is the mother of all negative power. By the time you enter inside, it consumes you. Then you now come and say, oh mama, please. Mama warned you before. Mama said, do not go. You say, but no, mama, you are stupid. Mama, you don't understand. Mama, this is my life. Mama, and if you die without marrying this woman. Now later you run back to mama, your papa, and say, oh, help me. Well, now it's too late now, no? Because you went in, you didn't listen to papa and your mama. It's not only about women. I'm just giving an example, okay? It can be the same thing, man too. Oh, that man, the man is macho. Man, can you see? The man has six-pack, like now we have in some picture. So he has six-pack. Oh, look at his chest, he's big, he's muscle like this. Man! And no Schwarzenegger, he's good. But by the time you go, and the Schwarzenegger begin to beat you, and turn you to a boxing ring, then you now come to mama and say, mama, please. Oh, it's too late, because you don't listen to mama. it's not about, because eyes deceive. We only see the physical. We only see the exterior. We are not looking at the interior. But the most important is the interior. Not. I'm not saying the exterior doesn't matter. The exterior is good too. Don't get me wrong. But balance, okay? Don't get me wrong. Everything has to be balanced. The exterior too is good, But that's the fact, But we don't have to depend our life only on the exterior, because the interior is the most important. What the person have for you or for the family, is he ready as a family man? Is she ready as a family woman? Or is she a woman that just want to ruin your life? You have to understand that too. Okay, so he said now that a divorce is a clear demarcation between the acceptable and the unacceptable. Mine versus yours. Edom refuses to grant Israel passage through its territory, despite the assurance by Moshe Rabbeinu. He quotes, "On the king's road shall we travel. We shall not veer right or left until we pass through your border." Numbers chapter 20, verse 17. But Givor is not always fixed or outward looking in the Torah. Givor looks inward on fluid, expandable stuff shared by people and their community and God. So what I'm saying here is, divorce sometimes people think about it that it is fixed, because it's not only about me, mine versus yours, my own and your own, individualistic, right? This is mine and this is yours. And they give an example of this when Moshe went to his brother, when Israel went to his brother, the same father, the same mama, not different mama, not different papa, the same mama, the same papa. He went to his brother. Please, can I pass through your land? This is your land, I know. But can I pass through it? We will not get to the right, we will not get to the left. We will stand on the king's road. We don't pass. So because it's closer to our land that God has promised us. We just pass through, and that is it. If we will not touch nothing, we will not touch no water. We touch not, even though if we touch, we will pay. What they said? No. This is mine. It's my land. You will never pass. Yeah, we can see the result. People, they became angry. But this is my brother. This is our brother. We are of the same flesh, the same blood, the same mama. Let us go to war against them and fight them. God will click. No, you don't do that. You cannot fight your brother. You cannot share the blood of your brother. No. You cannot repeat the process of Cain and Abel. That process can never be repeated. No. Go through another path. God commanded them. Leave them alone. They will face the consequence when the time comes. And they face the consequence. So leave them alone. And they don't want to help you in the time of your need. Don't worry. Leave them alone. God will teach them a lesson when the time comes. For you will surely have peace. You will surely inherit that land. I will surely lead you to that land. Don't worry. Just follow me. So this is what I'm trying to let us know. So the 40 years wilderness encampment was clustered and self-contained, as I explained earlier. The people and its holy institution were one. Now the dynamics, expanding land will be different. The chasm that separates desirable, which is ray, and Shema connection can be bridged. For Gevor root provide more than the hard definitions line. And this is what he's saying. That it also means mixing and kneading. To get a good halal for Shabbat, for example, the dough must have its diverse elements brought into balance with one another. Competing ingredients become one consistent unit through vigilant hand-on work. What am I saying here? In the wilderness, they were clustered, right? They were together. The Mishkan is in their midst. People say, oh, it's too tight. I can't move here, I can't move there. Like sardine, as I explained, right? But there is an advantage. The advantage is that they are one. Nothing can move through in it. It's one entity. Right? But when they go into the land, Everybody, oh, this is Judah, this is Ephraim, this is Manasseh, this everybody was just on their own, everybody scattered. And we can see the consequence and the result. And God is saying, you don't do that. You have to keep the experience of the wilderness. But it's good for you. Moshe is telling them, this experience has to be, it's a continuous thing. Even though you are not in a new frontier, even though you have a big land, do not forget the oneness, the experience that you have in the wilderness. You have to keep it. It's part of you. Don't forget about it. Right? It's like, as I said, it's like you want to make a good halal bread. Right? In the halal bread, what do? You have your flour, you have your salt, you have all kinds of ingredients. All these ingredients are competing ingredients. Right? This is me, I'm alone on my own. The flour is on its own, the salt is on its own, the oil, everybody on their own, right? But as a person, you have to bring all these ingredients together in one entity, in one unified form. It's a big work. You need to mash it, you need to put the oil, you need to put the water, you need to do everything, the salt, everything. So that all of them become one entity. Mixed, thoroughly mixed, perfect. This is between us two. My life is different. My characteristic is different. That of my son is different. That of all the ladies, everybody's here, all the men here, everybody is different. But God is saying we have to be one entity. We have to mix all these different views, this different understanding, this different characteristics, mix it together, and we become halal. One. Because united, we stand. Divided, we collapse. Remember that principle. We have to stand united. We have to be able to understand one another. We have to be able to do what is give and take. It's a community. We are community. Right? It's a community. In community, it's hard. It's tough. You know, robbing, you rob your neighbor, robbing. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. But you have to say, oh, because of the safety of the community, I will bear it. Comprehend? You need to understand that. You say, oh, you know, I can't bear this again. But it's not only because of you. It's for the sake of the community. I remember when I was small, right, in my community, in my village, in Ganda, in my village, you know, there'd be a lot of issues. They'll come to my grandfather. But my grandfather would say, for the sake, he never use the word for the sake of you. He used the word for the sake of the community. Sometimes you say, why should I sacrifice myself for the sake of the community? It's a question. It's a valid question. But there is another answer, because if you do not do that, right, the community, the entire enterprise will collapse. The entire community will be wiped out. If Moshe can say, oh, you know, as he said, I don't care. I was in Midian, I have my wife, I have my children, I have everything. You leave me alone. I don't want to carry all this load of these people. I was raised in the palace. I don't even know them. I don't even speak their language. I speak the language of Mizraim, Egypt. Why are you disturbing me? I have no idea about them. Because I don't know. But Moshe said, okay, you think again. You know, I will bear it. I will carry all the load. God, but you have to help me. If I can't do it alone, oh, God assure you, yes, I will help you. I will always be there. I will lead you. Right? That is it. He sacrificed himself for the sake of the people. He sacrificed his life, his family, his children for Israel. So this is a leader, a great leader, and that is what God is. It's for the sake of the community. It's not because of me, it's not because of you, but for us. It's all those understand. It's about us, not about me. It's not ego. A man that cannot share, a man that cannot give to his community, it's an animal to me. People know animal shares. You see the mama, the bird, they go and catch something, they come and start giving to their children. The animal go and kill, a lion will go and kill and start sharing for their children. Everything they feed that. How come? If animal can do that, how much more a human being? But it is strange that we human beings are the most greedy of all. We want everything for me. We abandon our community. So we need to understand, it's not about me alone. It's not about you alone, but it's about making it, this halal, making it perfect, making a balance in all. Moshe had faith that we could triumph over our frontier experience, assimilate them, balance them, and hear the Torah in them through the mediation of the mitzvah. Remember that. Moshe Rabbeinu knows that we, B'nei Yisrael, is able to do this. We are able to assimilate all these experiences, bring it together, mix it, and balance them up. Because he has given us a good example. He has given us a good teaching. And he said that we should do what? To hear them. We can hear all this through the Torah that he has given us by the hands of God. You see, my people, it's all about balancing the sight and the hearing. We need to balance them. Don't let us only depend upon our visual, because visual can be deceived. Perspective, it can be deceived. But comprehension, knowledge, heart. What is the word of the word? Heart. It is not the word that boom, boom, boom. No. Your heart is your seat of emotion. Right? It's your seat of understanding. And understanding is comprehension. When you comprehend, you understand. So when you hear, Shema, that is it. We need to listen. We need to understand. Right? We need to comprehend the Torah. That God is teaching us. That we should have life. And because God is leading us to the Garden of Eden, where the tree of life is located. And the Torah is the tree of life. And when we eat it, we have life at abundance. In the Torah that we read, in the Haftorah, why do you waste your money? Why do you buy things that does not pay? Why do you waste your sweat? Why do you waste it? You see people following after foolishness. Why the Torah is there? He said, come and buy without money. Come and drink. It's free. I don't know why human beings hate what is free. It's not. You don't need to pay. It's free. Come and drink of the water of life, and you will have life eternally. Shabbat Shalom.